What's up, Closer Nation? We at the Break Free Academy headquarters. Ooh, a little sun there, huh? We're in Texas. We got Pantera playing up in the ceiling. Where the hell is that? I don't know where it's at, but there's speakers in the ceiling somewhere. So what's up? Show some love. I'm going to share some stuff that's not too much sales related today, but it's going to be life related. But listen, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And so the things that I'm going to talk to you about today is this one agreement that you need to null and void. That you like, a lot of us have it, right? I don't have it. I let go of it. I null and voided mine a long time ago. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to null and void yours today. Because here's the thing. The first step is to know something. The second step is to implement something. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Something that I'm going to put you in the know, dog. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to put you in the know. You know what I'm saying? But then it's going to be up to you to actually implement this shit. And it's not going to be easy. And fair warning, I'm going to piss some of you off with this today, but that's just part of what I do, right? That's just part of hey, you think Ben? Not everybody was Ben's friend. Ben, he didn't have a lot of friends. Sometimes it's what you got to do, right? All right, all jokes aside, man, hit the like button. Give me a shout out. What's up, Brian Schaefer? Who else we got in there? We got Eric, Tyson Todd, Rick Taylor. What up, Tyson? Heather Lee. So we got some people showing up here. We got Brad Bearden. Damn, that sun is bright as a motherfucker. All right, so let's talk about the one agreement that you need to null and void right now. See, here's what happens, right? What's up, Chaz Grammer? BFA Entourage in the house. So here's the thing. Like, most of us walk around living a lie, right? It's fiction, as my buddy Garrett J. White calls it. And we're living this lie. And we go around and we lie to everybody else. We lie on social media. They lie on when people ask how you're doing. You could be having a horrible day and you're like, oh, everything's great, right? We live in this fake agreement. And what happens is we show up and we think that this fake persona that we've created, this lie that we created, this fake thing that we've created, we think that it's the best version of ourselves, but really it's the worst version of ourselves because it's not us at all. Right? I lived this way for a long time. You know, I had went to prison in 1999, and I was fucking ashamed of it, right? And really, like, in all retrospect, as now that I'm grown up and I look back, it's like I went to prison for some dumb shit. It really wasn't that big of a deal, right? I had some drugs. A lot of people fucking done drugs. Probably everybody watching this right now has done drugs. But I was ashamed of it. And so in order to overcompensate for that shameful experience that I had, I would wear a suit and I would wear like nice clothes and be fancy. I went to church on Sunday. You know, I behind doors, I would hang out with my friends and I'd be like, listen, man, we're going to go out tonight. We're going to fuck some chicks, right? But then in front of everybody around me, like customers, business associates, I was all professional being this fake person. But I thought that's what the world wanted of me. I thought that's what the world wanted, right? I'm like, well, I'm going to manifest this fake-ass version of myself. And, of course, you don't think of it this way, but this is what you're doing that looks like it's the best version of myself. But then I'm only going to let those close to me know the real person, right? Well, so what happens is I've been divorced 3 times. And that's something that most people be ashamed of too. But here's what I know. Every time I was married, I was into this fake agreement, this contract that you need to null and void. That's what I was creating with these women that I was married to, right? And so I want you to think about this. I'm a person that cusses a lot. I like to smoke pot. I like to drink. I like to party. I like to hang out. I like to do adrenalization things. I'm a good friend, a business owner, a hard worker, a great dad, all these things. But I tried to just be this person that went to church, and this person that I thought the world wanted me to be, right? I was ashamed of the true characteristics that I'm very proud of today. I was ashamed of it one time. And so what happens is I show up in these relationships with this fake persona trying to be the best version I'm thinking I'm creating of myself instead of just being myself. And what happens is I get into these relationships, and then with like anything else, once you get into a relationship with somebody, after a period of time, they get to know you. They get to know the real you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know the real you. Well, what happens is if I showed up fake, like attracts like, so that means the women in my life were showing up as fakes too, then we've got this fake agreement between each other. It's like, I won't call you on the fact that you're not who you say you are, if you don't call me on the fact that I'm not who I say I am, and we'll both pretend like we live in the land of champagne and rainbows. And then what happens is we get to a certain point in the relationship where you get a little comfortable, right? You're like, oh, I can reveal who I really am to this person. And the person on the other end is like, fuck, this is not what I signed up for. Which is exactly what happened to me with my third marriage. Right? I showed up. I worked at a corporate job at a mortgage company. I went to church on Sunday. I was ashamed of my past. And one day I just said, fuck it. It must have been the same feeling that people get when they come out of the closet. I was just like, hey, what? I got a past. I have an announcement to make, right? I have a past. And I just said, fuck it. And I said, I'm not going to dress up and wear all these fancy fucking clothes in a monkey suit to work anymore. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody else. I'm fucking tired of that shit. I'm going to be Ryan Stewman. And I ran off the third wife. And it's not that I was like trying to be mean to her or anything like that, but she's like, this is not the person. We had a fake agreement, and you're breaking the fake agreement because you're becoming the real person, and you're becoming more and more that real person, and I'm not willing to break my agreement. Now, no disrespect to her, but that's what we signed up for. We signed up for this fake agreement. And so when I broke the agreement in all three of my marriages, that's what happens. Well, same thing happens with your friends. Right? You brag about how much money you make, both of you lying your ass off, bragging about the chicks that you fuck or the dudes that you blow, and you're fucking lying your ass off there, right? And you have this fake agreement that, look, I won't call you on your bullshit that you're on social media talking about how you're making all this money and all these sales, but in real life we know that you couldn't afford the bar tab last night. Like, but you don't tell anybody that I've done this, I've cheated on my wife, or I've got this skeleton in my closet. Like, we'll just pretend that none of that happens. We'll both have these fake agreements, and shh, just go with it, motherfucker. Just go with it. And so what happens is, and then eventually it comes a point where maybe you get mad at your friends. And you're like, and then you go tell your other friends, you're like, oh, that motherfucker ain't who he says he is, right? And you break that fake agreement, and then the relationship's over with. But it would be better in the beginning just to be who you really are. Take me or leave me, motherfucker, right? Just to be who you really are. And then there's no surprises, right? If you just show up, not in some fake manifested like in quotations, best version of yourself that you've created, but just show up as yourself. Right? We were given a unique code by the divine creator of this planet, right? Whoever coded this planet, I say coded like it's a computer program, but whoever coded this planet, the divine coder, we were giving a special personality for a reason. We were giving the circumstances in our life for a reason. You were born poor for a reason, so that you would appreciate it when you became rich. You were born in the struggle for a reason, so that you would get strong as you grew older. You were born with the situations, the things that you faced, the atrocities, the horrendous situations that you've been in your life, so that you can gather strength from it, and so that you can be a stronger person, not so that you can run from it, not so that you can be ashamed of it, not so that you can hide it from the motherfuckers who need to hear it the most, but so that it would strengthen you and make you more of who you're supposed to be, not drive you away from who you're supposed to be and more of what you're not supposed to be. Now think about that shit for a minute. You guys have a great day. Listen, if you got fake agreements with people, break that shit off. Break that shit off. Like, come out the closet. Hey, here's who I really am. Fuck it. I'm telling you, some people are going to run away, but only the fake ones, the real motherfuckers, will stick around with you. Later.